Okay guys, this is a final for Oaken. And pardon me. So just kind of give you an idea. If you want, probably get yourself something to drink, because this might take a minute. So all the railing was obviously sprayed, back brushed, scraped, primed, the whole works. Came out really nice. This was some of the worst because of the fact that it was never primed. They just painted it. So this should give us a lot of years. Hopefully no issues. We didn't have any issues with the deck. This deck, yeah, like you said earlier on the telephone as well, that this had been done, and this looks fine. Yeah, you should easily be able to get another year or two out of it. You know, if you keep up on it every 2 or 3 years, it'll last forever. But just kind of doing a walkthrough. Also today I put a little bit of water in your plants. I figured, because I don't know what was set up. The hydration lines were all over the place, or irrigation lines were all over the place. We didn't know what the heck some of that stuff was. So we put a little water and everything just to make sure nothing dies. Satellite dish was removed. Trim has all been painted 2 coats as well. The lights were all checked to make sure they're working. I'll just kind of do a walk through everything here. And a lot of this back here was our time consumer. We ended up spending more time than we anticipated just back here, because I mean we had flaking. We were peeling back here for a good 2 days with 3 or 4 guys. So you know, it is what it is. Run into such things. It's kind of part of the gig, as they say. And you can still see some areas that are, you have kind of like rough edges in it, and a lot of that is going to be I mean, it's all primed. Doors were all done as well, and they were all cleaned up, and they have a really nice appearance as well. And they were all sprayed and back brushed, and they were all dealt with. Even the screen doors. Oh, that hits the gutter, doesn't it? Yeah, so even screen doors and all that stuff, these guys were all dealt with. And a lot of the stuff you see, like there's paint on that handle, that is obviously not from us. We try our very best not to get paint on anything that is not getting painted. But there was all kinds of spots in the house that we noticed too, and you know, stuff on the windows that were not us. Again, all the fascia back here is complete. It came out really nice. I like the color a lot. And this house is called doe skin, and pretty much every single day there's doe. Every morning we got here, there's 2 or 3 doe that live underneath your deck. So this paint that was on that kick plate was not us, just so you guys know. We tried to clean some of it, but it had just been baked in the sun so long it wasn't having it. Okay, door locked. I've checked all the other doors are locked as well. I'm just, only reason I'm in the house today, because I was doing all the deck stuff, is because of I wanted to get a video back there, and I didn't get one yesterday. So here's this deck. You can tell it is still really nice, huh? So this was Armstrong. We only use Armstrong, and I used a semi-solid or a semi-transparent. And I'm gonna put my shoes on here real quick as I talk. It was a semi-transparent. It's called Armstrong Natural Oak. So I can get you a sample of it if you need it. Problem was, some of this wood was different colors, and we wanted to match some of it. Some of it is just so wind torn and walked on that we couldn't, you know, some of it, even with 2 coats, as you probably saw in your own video, doesn't always hide all the inconsistencies, but for the most part it came out really nice. I'm gonna leave these cardboard things here so you guys can step on them if you need them. There was 2 rails on this one. One was broken. We took one off of this, and that one was broken. Both those rails are replaced to the garage, so as if you decide to do something with them, it just seemed easier to stain and looked a little better if one of them wasn't there. Obviously high stuff. Sorry about shaking the camera there. Everything's 2 coats all the way around. We went through and did everything best that we could. Okay, so here comes the door. Today is Wednesday, the 8th, I don't know what day it is. Today is Wednesday. And I just got the call this morning, your door is here. And so on Friday, I can have it cut. I could paint it in my shop over the weekend, and I could put it in on Monday. So I was gonna turn your keys back in today, and I was gonna keep the garage clicker. And then that way on Monday, I can come install your door and then shut it and leave the clicker in here and I'll just leave the clicker in here on the counter. So, new door, it showed up, and it's gonna be cut. We're gonna do everything. I could have it in on Monday, so that is awesome. So that came to fruition. I guess yelling at people works. So let me shut that now. Actually, we'll just go around the bottom and now we'll shut that at the end so that you can see that we have indeed painted that door as well. And all your paints and stains will be left in there. So we got all this guy stained, all this stuff, 2 coats, everything through here. This deck was stained as well, and the railing and everything, so it was all stained and cleaned up as well. And a couple of areas in here we can't really, you know, we're just dealing with just wear and stuff that no matter how many coats it didn't go away. But you know, I mean, for the most part, the whole thing about this is you know, the utilitarian aspect. We want longevity. We want the wood to not take on water in the winter. So with that said, it is soaked. There's no way. So we cut the fascia on this guy too, and this guy is all cleaned up, and it is done as well. So this guy's all done all the way around. Okay, see if I can get out of the sunlight here. So, isn't that nice? Yeah, it came out really nice. So every one of those windows were caulked in. Hopefully that'll help with any water issues you were having. Hopefully it shouldn't be that big of a deal. You can tell it's a really nice sheen. A little shiny, but it'll dry over the period of time. It will actually you know, kind of knock down a little bit, but you know, it's good to see. It takes a while to cure. We put a lot of paint on these buildings. Okay, so what was accomplished today was what we had agreed upon. And so what I had done is, you can tell, is look at that. All this deck railing, doesn't that look nice? All that stuff was stained by hand. All the posts were done, and the supports all the way down. And we also did this deck underneath it, everything. So look at that. Still wet. Had to do it backwards. But you know, it is what it is. But look at that. So a good part of this is, I mean, it's not obviously where you're going to be entertaining and you're going to have people here, but the reality is that these posts are everything to this deck. So with staining these helps keep the water out, and it buys you time, and it does not look like they had been done. I could send a picture that I took. They were pure white and just dry. And so getting in on these and getting all this stuff now is kind of imperative, just for, you know, it's just something we're already here. Do it so that you know for a fact that you've got a pretty good situation where you're not going to be ending up with your deck failing due to cracking wood. You know, hopefully it'll last you many, many years. So obviously we came all the way down, all these guys inside and out of these. So we did all the main beams, all your supports and stuff. This guy and this guy all the way down as well. As you can tell, it's all shiny. So that guy got done. And then let me get out of here and get into the sun. Obviously, I mean, a lot of the stuff you've already seen on video. I just kind of like to show you again. All this was double coated and back rolled and all the fun things. All the fascia and stuff is complete out here. And then of course, all this has been stained right up to the building. That was what we did today. That's what I did. I got my guys on a big, huge house over in Millwoods. Again, all the stuff done by hand. Caulked in. Here's our new trim piece that we had put on, so that's a great thing too. We fixed a lot of our woodpecker holes back here. We didn't charge you for those. We just see if you tell me if you find them when you come look. We're pretty good at hiding them. We cut a circular pattern out, kind of like replacing drywall. And then that brings us back around. All the lights and everything are checked. This door is indeed painted. So again, door is here. So I'll go ahead and we'll figure that out. What I'll probably do is I'll just put it on the invoice, and if you want to go ahead and pay for it, you can, and it will be in on Monday, Tuesday, which will probably be long before a check gets here anyway. And if you would like to wait for it to be done to pay that $375, we can do that as well. It is entirely up to you. I will give you the choice on the invoice that's going to be coming with this. So there you go. This is going to be wet this weekend. So not really bad, but just I'll leave some cardboard there, and just so you guys know, that's what it's going to be. And yeah, probably not that big of a deal. I don't want to put your mat and stuff down on it. I will also be taking your key and turning it in, and so I'll probably give you a call here in a little bit. We'll decide what we want to do with a clicker. But so there you go. Thank you guys so much, and we are done. Bye.